Okay, I did a video on my pantry just now, so I thought I'd just shoot another one before I forget. I like these little sugar things. If you know the company that I am getting ready to show you, ignore it. This is not a sponsored video by them, but this particular company, I'm trying to cover the initials. This particular company does sell a 2-pack of these. And here, I'll just go ahead and grab out my other container so you guys can see that as well. Okay, and I went ahead and I had to use both hands to take the lid off. So I actually have 2 of them in this container, but unfortunately the other is covered. This is not the same company that made the other ones, the other 2-pack, unfortunately. So I made a mistake, and over the Christmas holidays, I don't know where that other one is, but it's in there. But if you guys can see, the brown sugar is, let me grab a spoon. Okay, let me grab a spoon. So the brown sugar is nice. It moves very, very nicely. It's a very nice consistency, and it's not hard. But if you've ever had brown sugar, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, and you'll see that this one's very soft too. It moves around nicely. It's not hard. Well, maybe a little bit, but I mean, it's not crunchy hard. It's just, you want to make sure you're using an airtight container to store. Had a few clumps. I just poured this in. It was brand new. So this one's actually still kind of wet because it is brand new. It's I use these little sugar. This is a different company. I found this at a cute little gift shop at an arboretum. It's actually called Minnetrista over in Muncie, Indiana. They have plants, and it's like a little museum, and it's really cute. But they have like a little cute gift thing, and I found this, so I purchased it. I have a 2-pack of these. So there's actually 2 in this container. One of them is buried somewhere down in here, but that wasn't actually technically on purpose. It's fine. Then I only have 1 in the smaller container. If I had another one, I would love to put another one in there, but I don't. So I like to store my brown sugar in airtight containers because it keeps it from getting hard. Now, some of you are going to go, Ginger, there's no difference between light brown sugar and dark brown sugar in most recipes. You're right, except for at Christmas time, I had a little bit of light, I messed up. Had a little bit of light brown sugar left, wasn't paying attention, poured the dark brown sugar in, and I was like, no big deal. Well, my chocolate chip cookies came out a little darker than I wanted them to because I used dark brown sugar instead of the light brown sugar. So I may or may not worry about it when I get down to the bottom of this. If I can get a clean line, I may move it over. Honestly, if not, I'll just use this until all this is gone down here. No big deal. But if I need dark brown sugar and I recipe and I use a little bit of light brown sugar, it's probably not going to change it. But my cookies were a darker cookie because of the dark brown. I did 2. I did 1 with using light brown sugar and dark brown sugar, the other. And you could definitely tell that I had accidentally had dark brown sugar in the recipe because the others look like normal chocolate chip cookies. So it does make a slight difference depending on what you're fixing. The taste is not any different as far as everybody else was concerned. Everybody said both cookies tasted equally as wonderful. But if you've never ever used one of these little brown sugar savers, if you will, you can find them on Amazon probably. I found these at Minnetrista. The directions do say to soak them for 20 minutes or so, and then you put them in your brown sugar, and then the brown sugar kind of keeps like a little bit of liquid in it, but not water. You can't just pour water in here and say, bam, you're done. But this is a terracotta material, and just something happens and it keeps the moisture in your brown sugar, but not too much moisture. So it doesn't harden up. It doesn't get big black looking chunks of hard brown sugar. So if you've never bought a sugar keeper, You can probably find them, and I can try to find them on Amazon, maybe put a link in the description below, maybe. But if you've never used them, these are really great. I have, like I said, I have 2 in this big container. One is buried somewhere in the container, and the other, of course, is in here. And this is a new container. I bought a smaller one just because I just had a smaller container of sugar. But, I mean, if I need to, I can always flip these containers over if one gets empty. No big deal. But this is like one of the regular bags of brown sugar at the store you get of the no-name whatever brand. And then this was just a bigger bag, so I just put it in that container. And like I said, I did mix the two. No harm, no foul, but after the cookie fiasco, I did decide to go ahead and go buy me some more light brown sugar. But guys, I bake, like my cake flour, there's certain recipes that you want cake flour. There are certain recipes that I like to use bread flour. I had my bread machine out the other day, and it actually told me, it was a King Arthur recipe, actually told me to use regular all-purpose flour instead of bread flour. But I do a lot of baking, and each type of flour that I have in my pantry actually has a use for. And yes, it does get used. So it's not just in there to be beautiful, but my baking shelf, I'm just in love with it. And I have been for a long time. So anyway, if you've never tried these, maybe try these. There's some of them are bird shape. Some of them are just circle shape. You don't necessarily have to, you can go online. This company here, again, not a sponsored video, but I did purchase the circle ones from them. It came 2 in a box. And I think they were under $10, but don't quote me on that. And so it's not necessarily I like one over the other. It's just I knew a friend of mine sells this brand of stuff, and I have a bunch of their stuff here in my kitchen that I used to bake with. And I knew I needed a couple more because if it's a smaller container, one seemed to be enough. But I did start noticing that I was having a little bit of a problem down lower with some of the middle brown sugar. And so I did put 2, and I went ahead and one's down underneath here somewhere, and then one I keep at the top. So anyway, go ahead, and if you're having problems, or if you're a baker and you're not baking often, go ahead and get a sugar keeper. I will try to find you guys a link for Amazon, and hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. But if you're a baker and you have problems and you don't know how to store brown sugar, this is the way I store my brown sugar. So hope this helps, guys. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hi. Okay. I am going to work in the pantry, and I'll show you here in just a second. But we're going to take care of some grout lines. I noticed the other day when I was doing a pantry video that the bottom of the floor toward the back of the pantry looked perfect. I'm a hot mess today, so ignore me because it's cold and windy and my eyes have been watering. I noticed the front, though, the grout lines are really horrible looking, and I'll show you in a second. But I ended up going to Menards and I bought 2 products. This is not a sponsored video, though, okay? I bought this. And I bought a pen. I'm not sure which one's going to be easier. I kind of think this will be easier to deal with. But I have locked the husky out of the kitchen because I have a gate. Stop. So she's mad at me because she's locked out. And, oh, my light just kicked off. So actually that's probably better anyway because that was really bright. So I am going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the grout lines, and I think we'll start with this first, just see if it's easier. I do also have some pieces of toilet paper, just squares, because I think it'll be easier to just get in, if I get anything on some of the tile, I can go ahead and take care of that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and let's try this first, just to see. So hang on a second, let me move the camera, and I'll show you what we're getting ready to do. Okay, so if you could see like the lines through here, and that go back here all the way up toward the front are really, really bad. But if you look toward the back, all of that looks perfect, right? The grout lines are fine. They're not nasty looking. But basically from the wall here over just a couple feet, just to outside of where you can't see my finger pointing here, just a small section. It just looks like crap. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we got and see. I really think this is going to be better, but Menards isn't that, I mean, it's not far, but I don't live in town. I live out in the country. So let's just see what's better and see which one we like and kind of go from there and see which one is going to be best for us. And that's me shaking the pen. So it's like a paint pen, that's all it is. So let's get started and see where we're gonna go. And so I think I'll start, let's see, where am I at? Right here, where you guys can see the best, which actually works because it's to the right of me and it'll just be easier. I do have you on a tripod. I got a new one for Christmas and this is the first time I've tried it. Oh, it's gonna sound like ink or my fingernails on a chalkboard till some paint gets started. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on pause. I'll be right back. Okay, about a minute after I put you on pause, the paint started coming out. Of course. I like the tip on this. Well, and this still said, try not to get it on. And this is the tip. There we go. So, not bad. And I am thinking, though, that I might still have to go over the back grout lines maybe just a smidge. Because I think this is going to be a brighter white. Yes, I did try to scrub it. I was gonna do some of those little home things that they tell you to do, and I was reading a couple blogs, and I will tell you that most of the people that were completely honest said they spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of drying time in between, and they felt like they didn't get anywhere with where they needed to be in relationship to just getting through the project. One guy said he took 6 months total, and every weekend that he had a chance, he did a home remedy. There's peroxide, there's bleach pens, there's, oh, what was I reading? Guys, I read like 7 different ones that you could do. All of them required scrubbing. All of them required mixing. There was a vinegar and baking soda. There was all kinds. So I'm actually quite happy with this. My pantry's not huge. My worry is, am I gonna have enough pen to get all the way through the project? I mean, a little seems like it's going a long way, and it's not really taking that much time. going to go up on the tile a little bit right there because the grout seems to be uneven. But then this way I could just take my little piece of toilet paper and fix it. Oh yeah, I like the pen. It was for something when I bought it the other day. Like I said, I did all my research. I was going to do all the little home remedies. YouTube said. And then I read a bunch of blogs. And I don't know. Now the other bottle of stuff I got, you basically paint it on. Which is kind of what I'm doing now. According to the directions, this has a sealer in the paint. But I was thinking about just sealing this whole project when I get done, just because I think maybe it'll be better. So I think I will end the video here. I'll do a picture real quick so you guys can see before and after. It is really, really bright white, and I kind of wish it was more of an off-white, but Menards didn't have an off-white, so honestly, I'd rather have bright white than I would like a tan, and there was no way to mix the two, so I'd rather have it bright white than I would have bought a tan. Because back there, this is kind of more, now that I look at it, more of an off-white. But that wasn't one of my choices. They had gray, they had black, they had a brighter white, which is really hard to believe. I don't know, they just had a bunch of different choices. I'm going to go ahead, and I'll take a couple pictures real quick. I'm going to go ahead and hit this here. I should have took a picture before I started. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and you don't want to see my bum up in the air in front of the camera, so I'll go ahead and end it because I'll have to get further back in there. And the last thing you want to do is see my bum. Okay, so I'll go ahead and end the video here. I'm going to continue to use the pen, see how well it works, and kind of go from there. And then I will let you guys know when I get done. I'll do a quick after, and then I'll give you my honest opinion. If needed, I'll go ahead and open that package. And now that I have the other package too, I may just go ahead and plan on doing the guest room, bathroom, and the hall. So I'll do a review after, and I'll show you guys what I think. And I'm going to finish because you don't want to see my bum in the air. So I'll talk to you guys soon, and I'll do another video right after this and show you what it's like. Wish me luck. I really didn't want to do this, but that grout was driving me crazy. I just couldn't deal. So hit like, hit subscribe, help me grow my channel, share with your friends. Have a good one. See you soon.